Peace family, welcome to a deck a day. We are continuing totally random, just going with the vibe every day this week, no theme. Today is numerology vibes, so we're doing numerology deck. And as promised, I'm going to be sticking with my 7 souls of Ra energy gridding pieces and chakra activation. I worked with the hearts the last couple of days, and now we're going to be working with my large size diamonds. I've got large and I've got small in these diamonds. And I'm switching it up in regards to the order. I usually start root chakra and I move my way up. But because it's 3 and 3 and there are 7 pieces naturally for the 7 souls of Ra, I often forget crown chakra because I don't get to that single crown chakra. So I'm starting with crown chakra today, which is with amethyst, and working my way down. So we've got lapis lazuli for third eye, and we've got turquoise for our throat chakra. So see which one resonates with you. Again, we've got crown chakra, amethyst in here with some copper and some steel and some awesomeness. We've got lapis lazuli here with some steel and some copper and some awesomeness. And then we've got the awesomeness with some turquoise and some copper and some steel. And let's see what your number is today. Maybe go and play some numbers, maybe you're looking for some lucky number of sorts, and this might be exactly the one that you should choose. So pay attention to what that is. Pay attention to all of them that come through as well. And we'll see as well the meaning and message for you beyond the number. If you chose our crown chakra with amethyst, your number and your message for today is 96. Forgiveness. We always think about forgiveness in that cliche of forgiveness is for you, it's not for the person, in hopes that that makes it easier for us to forgive. And it is always easier said than done. Completely understood. I will align with the cliche and express just how important it really is for yourself to release yourself in regards to harboring animosity, resentment, bitterness, jaded qualities and emotions, anything low vibration in regards to a circumstance, a situation, or what someone else did. At the end of the day, I always say, and I've been saying and reminding myself a lot more lately, that it is important to embrace and welcome disappointment with grace and with gratitude, because rejection is protection. Our ancestors know what doors are supposed to be open to us and what doors are supposed to close. At the end of the day, we do not know what is on the other side of any door, but they do. So if a door doesn't open, if a door closes, slam shut, whatever it may be, that makes us feel a sense of being slighted, abandoned, left behind, hurt, all of those are real emotions, and we should definitely feel it to heal it. We need to purge it, to release it, all of that. But harboring the negative emotion is actually doing more damage to us than the thing that we're upset about somebody doing to us. That's real. So the irony is, with how difficult it is for us to forgive other people, we're setting ourselves up to make it that much more difficult for us to forgive our own selves because of what it is that we're choosing to hold on to. It's never worth it. Oftentimes we're holding on to situations and circumstances in regards to someone else, and we're not even another thought. They've already moved on. And here we are giving them the power to keep us low vibration, keep us in a position where we're unhappy, we're discontent, we're, thinking about them, pining over them, whatever it may be, when again, they're already on to the next whatever it is. So it's really, again, important to think about that, and also to think about it in regards to karma, because regardless of what we may feel, and it may be valid in regards to a wrong that was done to us, a violation, You know, we could talk about some really heavy stuff, and at the end of the day, that's real. That's real, and it's wrong. But if we believe that it's wrong, truly in our soul, we believe that it's wrong, and we have faith, and we do believe that regardless of the ups and the downs and the good and the bad and the ugly, that we are divinely guided and that we are protected, and that there is a higher power that is rooting for us and looking out for us and providing anointing and blessings and favor. If that is the case, then we have to have faith in the natural order of things. We have to have faith in karma. We have to believe in that natural order of karma, of what you put out is what you get back. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow, etc., etc. So if we believe in that, it's that much more reason for us to choose to forgive and to release it, because by holding on to some negative emotion because of something that was done to us, we're actually diluting that person's karma by taking some of it, by bringing some of that negativity into our own space instead of just leaving it where it belongs, which is with them, if we truly do believe that it was a violation. So just release it. Don't hold on to it. It's not worth it. It's not for you. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. Again, back to the way we started, back to the cliche, because it is really that matter of fact. And don't set yourself up for making it harder again for you to forgive yourself because of what ends up spiraling out because of the choice in not forgiving and not releasing what isn't good for you. Hope that resonates. If you chose lapis lazuli, third eye chakra, then your number and your message is 44, environment. Definite alignment with ancestral angelic energy with the number 44. And in repetition of numbers, it is very, very, significant in regards to our angels and our ancestors being very close to us and having a message for us. Your message in regards to environment is an alignment with nature. This is something that you may be passionate about, whether it's just a hobby, just time that you spend in a park with your feet grounding under a tree, or recycling, or, creating things out of hemp, or whatever it is that you're doing. You're very cautious and you're very mindful of the environment and your carbon footprint and all that. I love the green, in this card, because it really is bringing in that energy of nature, of the leaves, of the trees, of the grass, and and again that nature of recycling, of reusing and reducing and recycling. So think about what you can do, what you are already doing, perhaps ramping it up a little bit in regards to how you can help the environment, advocate for the environment, do a little bit more research in the environment. This could be even just watching certain videos online, about the environment, about nature, about the way things work right now, especially as we do feel Mother Nature kind of recharging and re-cleansing herself through all of this madness that is going on right now. Back to Natural really was inspired by exactly that, and remembering and realizing, with everybody saying, I can't wait for things to get back to normal. It's like, normal's what got us in this mess. We are forgetting nature. We're forgetting that it's about getting back to natural and remembering what our ancestors did, what they taught us, and the alignment with the environment, with our environment. This is also in relation to our actual environment, and not just the natural world, but our actual world itself, our inner world, our exterior world, our personal environments, and that needs to as well be decluttered and cleaned up. If you are in an environment where you don't feel happy, you don't feel safe, whether it's platonic, professional, personal, passionate, you need to remove yourself from that environment. You need to purify your environment, smudge your space, burn some palo santo, some yerba santa, some sage, whatever it may be, play cleansing music, brainwave music through your house, through your space, through your apartment. All of this in regards to the environment is what's coming through. It's the environment on a micro and on a macro level, and definitely making it a space where, as they say, cleanliness is godliness. And if we want the angels and the ancestors and this energy to come through in regards to 44, we want to make sure that our environment is welcoming enough to them, that we are telling them, yes, I want you to come here. I want you to be a part of my space, a part of my life. And as a result, I'm going to do everything in my power to give back, to make it a healthy environment, to make it feel safe, to make it feel sacred and secure and honoring and worthy of your energy to come through. And you are as worthy. So whatever it is that you would do for your ancestors, make sure that you are doing for yourself, because they are you and you are them. So that is really, really important to always remember. Oftentimes we are thinking about taking care of other people, taking care of the notion of source more than we are actually looking out for ourselves, which is counterproductive. This really is an energy, and again, in terms of environment, your body as the actual environment, your temple as the actual environment, and how you are tending to that personal garden, to those personal, seeds that have been planted and that want to come to fruition. So definitely clean up, cleanse, your environment internally, externally. And if you chose throat chakra with turquoise, your number and message is 41, self-discipline. I am learning so much about self-discipline and more every day, especially in regards to my spiritual practice. Because when we think about even what we've discussed right now, forgiveness and environment, there are very, very clear directives and action steps that need to be done that oftentimes a lot of people are not willing to do. That is because it requires discipline, it requires consistency. People do want to kind of just wake up and be willy-nilly. But the willy-nilly, unfortunately, because I never like willy or nilly, but that willy-nilly energy just keeps us floating. It does not allow the universe to know what it is that we want, we need, that we are trying to manifest. We cannot send any clear orders, declarations out into the universe for the universe to acquiesce to our every hope and dream, because we're constantly changing it. Or with the lack of discipline, we are saying one thing but doing another, and vice versa. So it is very important to think about spirituality with a sense of self-discipline. Oftentimes it rears a little bit more towards religion, and people are a little bit, especially if they're spiritual, opposed to the notion of religion. But there is something to be said for religious practices in regards to self-discipline. For people that are consistent and that are disciplined to wake up at 5 a.m. or at sunrise every morning to say their prayers facing the sunrise. There is something to be said for that. And in regards to aligning with nature, that is a reverence, and doing that every day, having that consistency, having that discipline, just like when you think about martial arts and the sacred nature of that, it requires so much discipline. But what it does for you, for your soul, for your alignment with your higher self, because your higher self is 100% disciplined at all times. We are still trying to strive for that. So we do have to think about ways that we can practice self-discipline as much as possible. And what better way to practice than when it comes to our soul and source and the sacred, and just thinking about how we want to align all of those different parts of ourselves. When we think about our holy trinity of ego self, shadow self, and higher self, it requires discipline for us to pay attention to those differentiating energies and entities and archetypes. And also for us to be able to dictate and control and be like, I'm going to be disciplined enough now to know when the ego is going to be in check, when the shadow self is going to be in check, when the higher self is going to be the one to dominate the situation. It requires discipline. So definitely think through that in ways that you can increase a little bit more discipline in your day in regards to your spiritual practice, in regards to work, whatever it may be. But when you align it with the spirit, when you align it with your oneness with source and with the creator, it's going to open up so much more for you. The blessings are going to come through so much more for you. And those are the things that make forgiveness that much easier, that makes cleaning up your environment that much easier. And then the self-discipline just continues because you see the rewards, and then it becomes a no-brainer. And once you know, you can't unknow, and you won't go back. So I hope that resonates. Number 96, number 44, number 41. So if you want to use those numbers in any combination, good luck. And break me off if you get some. I appreciate y'all. Until the next time. Time to get back to natural. Peace.